Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we're reviewing the DC Designer Series Greg Capullo Riddler. So yes, here we have Riddler, my second in the DC Designer Series, and also the only other one I have at the moment. He is, like the other figures in this line, very nicely sculpted and detailed, but unlike Mr. Freeze, who was very nicely articulated, Riddler is really not. Other than that though, he is a really cool figure to have. So, yeah, let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpt, paint details, all those sorts of things. Alright, starting with a quick size comparison. Of course, here we have the Riddler. Here's our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Superior Spider-Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. Of course, Riddler is in the 7-inch scale, so he is a little bit taller than a standard 6-inch figure, and of course, a lot taller than a Marvel Universe figure. He should fit in fine with other DC collectible 7-inch scale things, like the stuff from this line. Now let's get the other two out of here and just look at the Riddler. Here you can see Riddler, and this is pretty much my ideal sort of design for Riddler in the sort of businessy kind of suit as opposed to spandex. He's got on a green suit. He got some nice button and wrinkle detail in that. Then he has on a dark green vest underneath that and a dark purple shirt under that with a lighter purple tie. The tie matches his gloves, which are both in holding kind of positions. He also has even darker purple shoes, which match his shirt under his jacket. Everything is detailed very nicely with wrinkles and buttons and all the appropriate little details. So that is all very nice. I approve of all that. Now let's go ahead and zoom in on his head sculpt. Zooming in on Riddler's head sculpt, at the top he has a nice green hat with a purple band and a gold question mark there in the center. That is not removable, which is okay. You're probably going to always want him to have a hat on anyway. His face sculpt is nice. He's got a nice smirk there. A glossy green mask, and he's got a little bit of paint in the lines of his face to accentuate that a bit. And he has some nicely sculpted orange and brown hair there in the back and on the sides of his head. So that's all very cool. Now let's go ahead and zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation is unfortunately where Riddler falls a bit short. He has a really nice ball peg in the head, which is probably one of the best points. It gives him a lot of expression, sort of, with the head area. Cut joints in the shoulders, which is terrible. Bicep cut, single joint elbow, and a wrist cut here. He has a waist cut, and then his hips are on cuts, which is also terrible. Nothing in the thigh or anything. Single joint knees, and rotation, and some pivoting it feels like, although it might just be a loose joint in the ankles. So that's pretty bad. Luckily, Riddler is not a terribly flexible character, really. So you're pretty much just going to have him standing there anyway, but it is still kind of poor articulation. You can get him in some poses, but it could definitely be better. Now, Riddler does come with one accessory, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. Riddler, of course, comes with his gold question mark cane. It's sculpted pretty nicely and just molded in gold plastic, so that works out pretty well. He can hold that in either hand. It may come a bit warped in package because it's kind of thin, but you can probably fix that with hot water. Now, that wraps it up for Riddler and all of his accessories. Let's move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, Riddler comes in the standard packaging for this series. White box, big window here in the front, Riddler there on the side. DC Comics Designer Series Greg Capullo action figure. On the back you get pictures of other figures in this series, which are Batman, Talon, the Riddler, and Nightwing. The Riddler is the only one I have from this set, and I don't necessarily plan on getting any of the rest of them. So, they're probably acceptable, but I can't tell you for certain. As always, these are good for in or out of package displays, so yeah, the Riddler. Alright, that wraps it up for the Riddler, so until next time, goodbye!
Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.